Hi, this is Victoria, and I worked out not long ago, and I'm just looking to make this video. And I just want to talk to you today about being on or after signs, I guess, that you're healing from narcissistic abuse or just narcissism. What I've noticed lately, as I go through my healing, as I heal, and things like that, what I have noticed is that for whereas at a time it may have seemed like at a time I could not recognize people's tactics, manipulative, um, anger. Basically, you could say um, people have these hidden manipulative anger tactics that they may try to use to try to like push off their negative emotions onto other people. And before, having grown up in the environment that I grew up in, I grew up with a narcissistic mother, and I'm gonna make more material about that, um, about what it was like, some of the experiences that I had, and I definitely want to record and talk about those experiences for other people, because when I was going through that time of my life, it was hell. And I had no clue what I was going through at all. And I want to help other people that may have had experience like I had. But yeah, like before, when I was dealing with this nurse, these people really that are people that are just miserable emotionally, just in hell, and they act like it. Basically, these people are emotionally in a very hellish place, and that's how they act. Really, they're really bringing the kingdom of hell onto earth. Like Christians are supposed to be bringing the kingdom of heaven onto earth. Like that's what they're doing, except for they're bringing hell onto earth. And they do that's what they're manifesting what they are on the inside. And when I was younger, I had no understanding and no knowledge. And the Bible says that people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And before, I just had no understanding of what was going on, and I was so much younger. I was raised in a home where this type of behavior was like, I was raised in a home where I was taught basically toxic things, even though, from the outside, everything may have seemed perfect. And, um, yeah, for a while, it may have looked and seemed like a great environment, a great home environment, but I've just come to learn that it wasn't what it seemed. And yeah, so I was raised in this type of environment where I wasn't taught, we were not taught self respect, like we weren't taught to respect ourselves, and not to victimize myself. Like, it's not what I'm doing, because I've learned and I'm past that. But, just for somebody else, for someone else that may need this information, like, yeah, and just to express myself about what I've been through. Yeah, like because of the way I was raised, I used to perceive that other people's negative emotions were that I deserved. Like other people's negative, like other people's negativity. I used to think that, and God, delivered me from that way of thinking completely. Now I understand that, that that's not true, but the way I was raised, it was like the way things were. that was the thought. That was like that was the thought. And as I went on into my life, going on moving forward, it was experiences where people would have negative emotions, and you know, it was experiences in the past where someone may have had a negative emotion, and it may have seemed like that wasn't something that they needed to deal with for themselves, But, um, and that really can cause a person to self reflect for someone else's negative actions, negative feelings, and be very confusing. Um, Before, for someone that's struggling with, not understanding that narcissists, that's just who they are. That's what they is inside of them. And that's why they're always bubbling over with negativity. That's why they're always spreading negativity. That's why they're always just doing something malicious, hurtful, trying to one up someone, trying to just do anything. Like they have, like, they're constantly in this negative place, and that's what they must do because that's what they are. Like, if you're in a good place, if you're peaceful like I am, and a good person, you want to share your peace and love with others. And when you're in a negative place and that's what you are, you want to share that with others as well. And so when you see these people doing these things, you know, they really operate in stealth. They really operate in manipulation, low key. They really like to operate in a space where when they do things, they want people to question in themselves, like, is this what's happening? Am I perceiving this correctly? They really like to operate in this area of ambiguity. If you have no knowledge of what they like to do, then it will be it seems like ambiguity. But once you understand and you have knowledge about what these people typically like to do, then you understand that they like for it to do things, and then people to question what's going on in their heads, to second guess themselves, and to self doubt. They like it's very satanic. It's very demonic. That's how you know it's from Satan, because there's so many levels to it. um so much darkness, and on the top it can even look like they didn't mean it that way. That's exactly what makes it satanic. Okay, because Satan's he was God's right hand man, in a way. He was very close to God. He was the one beholding God's glory. And Satan knows how God operates, and God is the most wise in the whole universe. So Satan has his ways. He has ways that he copied from the Most High. Okay, so he comes as light. And so getting back to what I was talking about, yeah, like, it's good to see after you have experienced experience a life where it seemed like other people's negative actions and emotions had anything to do with you, and that's, you know habitual type of thinking, to come to the other side where you understand that these people want you to think that it's your fault. They want you to think that it has something to do with you. They want you to think that you are the root of it. They want you to think that it comes from another person besides themselves, because they don't. Because, I mean, if you lived in hell, if inside of you, like the Bible says, the wicked have no rest. Okay, they have no rest. They don't have peace. They don't have love. They don't have the same things as righteous people do. It's people that worship God. The Bible, the wicked people, not even people that worship God. People that are not in the middle. They're not in the middle. They're not good. They're not in the middle. They're wicked. The Bible specifically says about wicked people that they have no rest. God is not letting up on those people. It might seem like they may have things that they're getting, things that it may seem like in this world, but no matter how many things that they get, no matter what type, what they acquire, peace is the most valuable thing that they could ever have. Peace, that's the most valuable thing. So for these type of people to for these people to get that, it's not happening. The Bible says that the wicked have no rest. So if you can just think, the fact that these people are like that on the inside, so on a day-to-day basis, what people, it's higher understanding to really get to the fact that, to really understand the fact that you walk with God all day. You walk with God, even though we could walk closer to God. I know I can walk closer to God. Um, I feel like I need to just abide more, read my word more and pray more. But even though I do every day, I just feel like I just want to get closer to the Lord. But um, we walk with God, and Jesus says that He gives us His own peace. Okay, so we have Jesus' own peace, even though we face trials. And the wicked, they can have so much more than a righteous person, and not understand how could this righteous person have more valuable things than they, because they actually have peace. But it's it's not only physically valuable things that matter in this plane, it's spiritually valuable things as well. Spiritually valuable things and physically valuable things, they just don't measure up as much. But I guess what I'm saying is, again, just a person like that, they live in hell. It seems like they're cool, but they're not. It seems like, and you know how you can tell that they're not, because they're constantly trying to hide their negative behavior under ambiguity. They're constantly trying to hide nastiness under a guise of feeling all right. You know what I'm saying? They constantly have to slip in their anger. They constantly have to slip in their wickedness. They constantly have to slip in their negative place that they're in on a down low, because people will probably be like, what is wrong with you, if they put it out there on the open. Okay, like Hitler, like he unleashed all that nastiness onto the earth. Okay, these people live in hell, and unless they submit themselves to God and they ask Jesus to give them peace, that's where they're going to live at, in hell. No matter what they have, they live in an emotional hell. So you may see them doing a whole bunch of things to someone. They may be doing a lot of negative, nasty things, and you know why? Because they live in a hell on earth. It's, they live in an emotional, mental misery on earth. And that's why they're constantly doing nasty, mean, bogus, low cut, backbiting, talking about people behind their back, gossip, lying, bringing the kingdom of hell onto earth as much as they can, because that is what they live in. They're not just doing it to you because they're doing it because that's what they are. That's where they live. And it's very sad. That's their reality. That is straight up, that it's not because of you. It is not because of you. It is because that's where they are. That is literally their constant experience, all day, every day. Hell. They live in hell. That's why they're always doing something. They bother other people. They can't keep it to themselves because they are living in hell. They're harassed. They don't have no peace. They don't have no peace. Peace is the most valuable thing. They can't have it because they don't want to submit themselves to God. So therefore, they want to be wicked. The Bible says that there's no rest for the wicked. No rest. And that's why they always harassing someone else. That's why they're always doing something. That's why they're always planting seeds of wickedness. That's why they're always doing something, anything that they could do. And you may see it in your own life with someone close to you. You may be wondering why they always doing, why is it always this, why they always have a problem, why they always creating a problem. You may notice that they're constantly creating a problem, trying to fabricate something, trying to make something up, create something. You know why? Because they have to. They live in hell. It's a manifestation. It's bubbling over. If they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with what they experience. They don't know what to do with all that. They don't know what to do with it. So they put it out. They put it out and they manifest it out onto, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. It's so sad. And that's why God has his people here. And we have to do the opposite. We have to spread love. We have to try to be positive as we can facing these demons. As positive as we can be. But I hope that makes sense. Now you understand that it was never you. It never had anything to do with you. They are doing that. They are constantly like that because they have no rest. Now imagine if you drank a whole bunch of coffee, right? And you can imagine how coffee has you jittery. You know how you drink alcohol. This is a good example. You go and bother other people. Like, you don't just keep that to yourself. You get drunk, it affects other people. These people are basically drunk in what they are experiencing. It's like when you give your life to Christ and you become born again. It's like that love that you experience that bubbles over, and you want to tell other people about God. And you want other people to know about like God's love and how he transformed your life. Like, you want other people to know that. And it's the same thing. So yeah, now it's this is, I guess, I'm recording this video to share and say, like, in the past there may have been another way to look at the situation and be like, why are they doing this? How can I change something? You can't change a thing to help. You cannot do a thing. You can't do a thing to help somebody like in turmoil, living in hell. They want other people to live there with them, just like Satan. I hope these people get saved. God bless you.